Happy Monday, Fit Family, and thank you again for joining me. I wanted to go through a fun video this week. It's pretty much my first solo hike. Of course, I should say this even though I didn't follow my own full directions, that you really should not hike by yourself, especially if you've never done before. I know my physical limits, and this was a small hike. It was less than 4 miles, and actually the day that I did the hike, there were a couple people on the trail, so I felt a little bit more comfortable because there was people around me. It wasn't like I was solely by myself, but I'm going to show you some of it. So definitely like and subscribe, leave a comment, and thank you so much for joining me. Come on me on my little hike for the first time by myself. So I'm about to go on my first hike by myself, and I got this gear I got on Amazon, and it actually looks really cool because it's supposed to be a hiking bag that can carry your shoes, your water bottle, and all of the stuff. So I wanted to just show it to you. I'm gonna try it out today and kind of give it like a review and see if it's good. So it's actually pretty compact. I sped it up just to show you that I can actually open up really quickly, but it took me a couple of minutes actually. This is supposed to be the part where you can put like your dirty clothes after you hike. Another compartment. Water bottles go here and here, and yeah, looks really interesting. I'm gonna try it out today. I'm putting my hiking shoes, some clothes, a snack obviously, and my wallet, and let's just go. And what you're seeing right now is some nice greenery. This is about halfway through my hike, but I just thought it was very appropriate to put this in the beginning of this video because it shows pretty much what I want to do, and it's just a nice sign that I'm slowly walking up to, and I want you to see, and it says, let's go take a hike. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. You could say there's a negative way, there's a positive way, but it was what it was, and I really much enjoyed it. So this is about halfway through my hike that I'm showing you on the AllTrails app in my phone, and we're just gonna keep going. So obviously I'm hiking to a place that's not in the city. So I had to take the Metro North train about an hour and 10 minutes from Harlem to the stop, which is Garrison. And along the ride, I love to sit by the window and look outside the views. I mean, nature right now is amazing. The beautiful river and the mountains and the other places that I want to try hiking, but I'm going to go with other people. Believe me, I'm going to try more hikes with other people that are difficult because one, it's more fun with other people, but also two, just heaven forbid something happens, I have someone with me who will help me and take care of me just in case if I fall, because as I'm going to let you know, I am a person who obeys Murphy's Law, which means anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So just look at all this beautiful scenery, just train ride. I was definitely relaxing before I started my hike. And what I'm going to show you right now is me walking in my new hiking boots. Dream about being outside, and this hike was really great. Like I said, it was less than 4 miles. It was my first hike by myself. One thing I'll let you know is that there were a lot of bugs when I was doing this hike, and I was not aware of it in the sense of it's hot, but bugs were out, so I definitely had a couple of battles with them. You see I'm walking over a nice quick bridge going into the hike, and it was just great. I mean, the sounds of nature there kind of scared me a little bit. I am a little bit of a chicken, and I won't deny it at all, but it was just good just to see the trees and walk around the mud and the grass and the gravel. I definitely looked down a lot because I didn't want to twist my ankle because of course I was by myself, but it was just great to just walk around, be outside, and see everything. And it was a beautiful day. It was about 78 degrees. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and I definitely try to keep an even pace so I can keep my heart rate up. And the only thing that was interesting, that because I was so concerned looking down, and I was recording the video so that you guys can see, there were a couple times that I walked into a spider's web, which was really annoying because I didn't want to kill the spider webs, all this hard work. But then I got a little annoyed when I had like bugs all over me, so I had to be mindful of that. And as you see, this was the peak, was overseeing this beautiful lake. It wasn't at a high elevation. It was actually really relaxed. It was a nice hike. It was some parts that were a little rocky, like I said, didn't want to twist my ankle, but overall it was nice. This hike was interesting because most of the trails did look very straightforward. There were a couple times that I did lose my path and I had to kind of rewind And it was just something that I was mindful of. Like, okay, some paths looked a little bit easier than others, but again, I didn't want to get lost. I didn't want to go into a part where there might be wild animals. I didn't videotape it, but I did see a chipmunk, which was really cute, and a very, very big spider, which scared me a lot. As you just saw, you pretty much hear my footsteps and the sound of nature. So I just wanted to give you some sounds. Like I said, it's pretty quiet, but I did make a couple of wrong turns and had to climb back up. There are a lot of trees that were down, and thank to the people who maintain these trails, because they were able to cut the trees. So like I said, it was just a good area to walk around. And this area I walked around too is supposed to have some of the footsteps that Benedict Arnold hiked. So it was a little bit of history just being in New York. New York is such a huge state, and I always forget this because I live in Queens, but the views were just magnificent, and I really enjoyed having a morning to myself to just hike, walk around. I didn't listen to any music during the hike. I just listened to nature, which was great, scary, and exciting all at the same time. And thank you all for joining me. I just want you to see the last of it. This is me finishing up the woods before heading back to the straightaway campsite, which was pretty straightforward. And at the end, I was deciding to pack up my bag because it's supposed to be very easy to compact, but as you're seeing right now, the first attempt wasn't that great. It took me a little bit longer than I'd like to admit. That I realized, wait a minute, it's not zipping up. I don't think this is the way it's supposed to go. And it was just really funny because I kept looking at anything it was going to transform, and finally I just realized, guess what? This is not how it works. So let me undo it and do it again. And I was trying to really just see how easy it was going to be so that I can recommend it for you. And it is easy once you get the hang of it, and I can see myself using this bag over and over again for all my other future hikes. And it was something that was really easy because it was clean and I put it away. So again, I want to thank you all for who maintained this hike, and I didn't even say it in the beginning, but this hike was amazing. It's on AllTrails. I'm going to go through that right now and show you a little glimpse of what it is. So I want to just show you what my hike was, and I went to Arden Point and Glenclyffe. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, and I want to show you what it looked like when I went. I was very dependent on this map, and as you can see, I did about 4 miles. Elevation only went to 285. It took me about an hour and 35 minutes. Average pace was 23 minutes because, again, I wasn't speed walking. I was just really enjoying the views, and this was my route. And there were a couple of times when I got lost. So I started all the way at the top, came all the way down. I went around this way and then come down here and around. And this is great because it makes it look actually really straightforward. But when I was actually doing the hike, I made a wrong turn, and the app made me aware of it, saying, you're off the wrong path, please get back on the hike, which was great. Like I said, I was by myself, and it was something that I was just aware of. And again, down here they show you where your elevation is. And like I said, it was a great hike to do on a nice day, summer day, and it was a beautiful views all around. And I want to thank AllTrails for doing this because I really am going to enjoy this app and do more hikes. I recommend this hike to anybody who wants to just do a quick hike outside the city, and I did a little bit of review just so that people can know. And like I said, nice hike for beginners, especially me. I needed my map at some times. Lots of bugs, so please be prepared and beautifully kept. And I thank you all for doing that. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate your time. Please try to be in nature if that helps your mental psyche, especially for me. I've been dealing with some difficult times lately, and just being outside in nature just makes me feel a little bit more centered, knowing that I'm just a small part in this really big world. And I was able to spend a day hiking and walking around. Yes, getting scared of the sounds and the bugs and getting annoyed with walking into spider webs and then freaking out. I didn't record that because even though I thought it would be funny, I really didn't want to hurt myself. So it's just fun for me to be outside and really enjoy and try something new. I'm definitely going to do more hikes, harder hikes with people, so that we can have more fun and we can enjoy it. And I want to thank you all for joining me. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll see you real soon.